I've always been fascinated by identity, because it's born out of a desire to find meaning. The meaning of life, the meaning of our lives, and who we are within that meaning. Our identity becomes a reflection of our beliefs and desires, feelings and perceptions and senses of self. What it is to be ourselves. But identity isn't fixed. No one's trapped, sentenced or doomed to be one kind of person for the rest of time. The self is contradictory, kinesthetic, always in motion, finding new forms and new variations of itself. Life changes, and we change with it, hopefully for the better. The self is a celebration and a discovery of the complexities found between being and becoming. Fully realized, it's an affirmation, a mission statement, a battle cry, a sigh of relief. The trouble is, we're so often judged and determined by how we express and embody a coherent identity. And when it doesn't fit within the language of our culture, our dominant culture, it causes disorientation, confusion, and even anger. Subsequently, people are excluded, disregarded. There are so many internal emotional states that are made taboo or treated with detachment. And this creates a burden that makes people feel guilty for who they are. These are the people who don't fit within our piles of boxes, this rectangular world. For example, someone who struggles with anxiety or depression and is considered broken because of it, in need of fixing rather than in need of support, in a language that matches their state of mind. A classmate who doesn't like to be touched and has trouble communicating and talking with strangers. Socially oriented in a way that confuses the people around them. A friend who is somewhere between male and female, or independent from male or female. I have met people who stand very still, hoping for no consequence, out of a fear of negative judgment. We know these things. I know I'm not necessarily saying anything brand new, but these experiences, these pressures demand for the invention of new language, new spaces, new understandings amongst ourselves and within ourselves. And I think we all need a reminder that we are the authors of our own selves. We are. No one else. No matter what. Consider it this way. There are layers to who we are, how we present ourselves, and how other people perceive us. The first layer is who I present myself to be. My identity. It's a fabricated persona designed in response to the influence of my culture. My gender, my class, my race, my age, my education, my Evan Gulockness, my public image, so to speak. My. These are the things I possess, the makeup I put on in the morning. I want people to know that I'm Evan Gulock. I'm a character with a name, and the name is what I want people to see. We all wish for that, whether we admit it or not. We want to be accepted, our faults gone unnoticed and unacknowledged, our persona made legible but not on display. In this way, we almost try to come off as immune to failure, chasing after perfection that never existed. It's okay to be imperfect. We're all imperfect. Perfection isn't even a thing. We made that up. We tend to define ourselves with the identity that we crafted for others to see, or the identity that we were forced into based on how others perceive us, which can put us in a difficult position, even an unhealthy position. But there's something behind this crafted identity. It may be buried, but it still exists. It's who we really are, who we want to be, who we desire to be. We may not even fully understand it, but that's okay. If we can find ways to listen closely to that soul or self with a capital S or whatever you want to call it, we may hope to create a new identity. One that reflects our being in a way that makes us happier. I wish that for everyone. Do something you've been wanting to do today. Yourself is trying to say something to you. Listen carefully. You might just find happiness in what you hear.